good. We are meeting after a very long time and I was really excited to make a video after this long time. I was really busy in all my exams, but today I'm here with a video related to chemistry and science, of course. And today we are going to discuss about water. So water is the main source which is important for all the living beings like plants, animals and human beings. So we drink water every day to keep ourselves hydrated. Today I'm going to discuss about what is water. I'm also going to discuss about two charts, pie charts, which will tell you about the distribution of water, and I'll discuss about the resources of water, conservation of water and the water cycle. So let's get started. First, what is water? Water is a colorless, transparent fluid that is obtained by rivers, lakes, etc. and serves as one of the main substances for survival for living beings. So, we drink water every day to keep us hydrated, and it is really important for our body. More than half of our body is made up of water. So, I have a glass of water here. Now, this sentence says that it is colorless, transparent fluid. So, here as you can see, it is colorless. It has no colors. It can't be white or green or pink or etc. It is colorless and it is transparent, so I can see through it. And it is a fluid. That means it is liquid in form. So, as the demonstration of water that I showed you, now we're going to learn that what is the two pie charts that I have made. So the first pie chart. In the first pie chart, I have demonstrated that 97% of the Earth's water is seawater. So our Earth is made up of more than half of water, and 97% of our earth water is seawater. So only 3% of the water is fresh water, and 1% is the fresh water that we drink, that we consume, and that the animals consume. And only 2% of this water is in the icebergs. So you can imagine that we only drink 1% of the water that's on the earth, and that is why we should conserve water, because it can be over anytime. But we can purify the water from the sea water and ocean water. So the next pie chart here shows that 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered with water. So here the shaded region is the water part and this region is the land part. So only 1/4 of the earth is land and 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. The seas, oceans, lakes, ponds, etc. Next, we come to resources of water. So from where do we get these water? The sea water, the fresh water, etc. From where do we get this? So the first one is snow and frost. So the snow and frost are the solids which are the fresh water. Snow and frost are generally found in the hilly regions and mountainous region where like Himalayas and all. So snow and frost are the solid water. Rainwater. Now rainwater is the purest form of water which comes down as rain. So water cycle is related to rain, and we'll discuss about the water cycle later. But in this rainwater, sometimes now we have pollution also, but before the rainwater was purely, it was very pure. But now due to the pollution, we have the acid rain. So this acid rain is harmful, but the rainwater is the purest form of water, and it falls down in the rivers, lakes, sea, etc. Next, we have the river water. This is the impure form of fresh water. It is not fresh water actually, it is impure. And the river water is obtained from the rivers, of course. Then we have the lake water. In the lakes, we have the lake water, and it is also the form of impure water. In the sea water, it's the most impure form of the water, the seas and oceans, because it is a salt water and it is impure. So we can, like, I'm discussing about something else, but we can purify the water through filtration, distillation, etc. processes. So we can take the water from river, lake and seas also. Next we have underground water. So the underground water are the wells and springs. So in the wells we take the water from the underground, and from the springs also, due to the high pressure the water springs out. So we can obtain it from the underground water also. Next we come to conservation of water. Now, as I told you that only 1% of the earth water is the fresh water which we can consume. So that is why we need to conserve water so that there is no scarcity of water. So conservation of water. I have written 5 points, but there are many other ways to conserve water. So I am only going to discuss 5 points. First is use a shower. So when we bathe from buckets, we take abundance of water and then bathe. But when we use a shower, we don't use too much water, and we only use a certain amount of water. So I prefer to use a shower, but if you don't have a shower, then you can use a bucket also. But try to use less amount of water. Second is close the taps. So while you're brushing or while you're bathing, you should close the taps, because like when you bathe and when you apply the soap, close the tap, because it will it will not conserve water, it will waste the water. And while brushing your teeth, when you're brushing, then close the taps so that the water is not wasted. Next we have don't throw water. So I have seen many people throwing water on the ground or maybe anything else, but I prefer not to throw water and conserve water. Next we have use rainwater. So many of you must have heard about rainwater harvesting, and it is the most useful form of conserving water. Next we have don't play with water. So during summers we generally play with water, but that's not a good thing to do. So even if you want to play with water, use a little amount of water and then play with it. Next up, we have water cycle. So when we are talking about water, how can we not talk about water cycle? So what is water cycle? When the water travels from the seas, evaporating due to the sun heats, it travels from the sea up to the clouds, and then precipitation happens, which is the rain, and it again collects in the seas. It is called water cycle. So there are mainly 5 stages of water cycle. First is the evaporation, which happens due to the sun's heat. So when the sun's heat falls on the sea or oceans or lakes, etc., on the water bodies, then evaporation occurs. Now this water vapors, they go to the this is called the transportation form. They transport from the sea. The water vapors transport from the sea, and then they go to the clouds. Now in the clouds, condensation happens. So this condensation cools down the water vapors, and then the water droplets are formed. Then precipitation occurs. Precipitation means the rain, the water droplets which have been formed due to condensation in the clouds. These are falling on the ground. The water vapors can turn into snowfalls or maybe rain. So it can be anything, but precipitation mainly occurs for rain. And then it falls down, and then collecting happens. So in collecting, of course, that fallen water, the rain water collects in the ocean bodies again. Where it ends? No, it doesn't end. It starts. So the water cycle doesn't end, and it always is going on everywhere. So that's the water cycle, and if the water cycle ends, then it will not be easy for the survival, because water cycle mainly it stabilizes the weather conditions and all. So water cycle is really important. One thing I also wanted to mention is the formula of water. So if two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom combine, then one molecule of water is formed. So like you have two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, and then the water molecule is formed. So this is in the ratio of 2:1. That means two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. That makes one water molecule. So that was all I had to discuss today. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Till then, stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Bye.